Now here in my office, I have Leanne Hewitt. She is a 4th grade teacher, and recently I worked with Miss Hewitt and we did some projects with her class. And one of the things I wanted her to talk about is using MyBigCampus, so thank you for joining me. And what was your experience before this project with doing assignments on MyBigCampus?
I had not done any assignments on MyBigCampus, so this was completely a learning experience from beginning to end.
So now, with that being said, you're starting scratch, never tried it before. How much of a nightmare was it?
Once we worked out the kinks, it was not bad at all. And once the students learned how to get one piece off MyBigCampus, the next part was no big deal. So just a few glitches in the beginning, get them comfortable with MyBigCampus, and teaching them how to use it the first time. After that, it was much easier.
Okay. Well, let's get into some of the specifics. What was the project that we were working on?
We were creating biome documentaries where the students had to get the information that they had to look up, and that was about their specific biome, whether it was the desert or the polar region or the swamps. They had to locate, using the computer, to have 3 plants, 3 animals, pictures of each, and a map where they were located. Then they were to take the research and fill out a biome script, which is what they were going to say when they came in here with you to make their documentary. So they had to access 2 documents, 1 to fill out with the research, and then 2, the script that came from their research.
Sounds good. So now to do that, what we started with, instead of just saying, okay, here's just a general rubric, go to the lab and get busy.
Right.
We started out with smaller portions. So for starters, the research document, which was a big part, and you created that, right?
Right.
And basically it was a Word document, and to put that into MyBigCampus, what all is entailed? Is that an hour-long process? Is that a difficult process?
No, it was not. And I thought it was going to be rather rigorous and it was going to take me forever, but it literally was done in 1 or 2 steps. So I was quite impressed with how easy it was to use, and I was very surprised I haven't used it before now that I know how easy it is to use.
well, that's it. And the other thing is the students haven't, especially at the 4th grade level, have not had a lot of opportunities to do this. So this is our first full year of computer skills class, so some of them were still having trouble logging into MyBigCampus, but all of them did have logins, maybe 1 or 2 new students we had to work with.
Right.
But for the most part, everybody has a login starting in 3rd grade. So by 4th grade, especially going into next year, they should have a little bit more familiarity with it, and so they can get in. But once they got in and go to schoolwork, they were quickly able to join your class.
Right.
And we did that, I think, with an auto-approve code, didn't we?
Right.
So when you're creating your class web pages, in your edit options, you have the auto-approve. Make sure you have that. It makes it a lot easier for the students to sign up for your class. And once they do, for example, the research paper, you just assign it to that class, and everyone who's a part of the class gets it in their schoolwork. So they went to the lab, opened it up, and there it is, and they're ready to work on it. So that was one day. And then the other, you again created a script.
Right.
Now, your script was pretty much lock in step with, fill in the blanks, right?
Right.
But depending on the grade level and the assignment, you could adjust that. You could have a script that is fairly open with a rubric to follow. Students can come up with a complete script on their own, and you just kind of have directions on how to do that. Another step that I've done with other teachers is having a storyboard. So they storyboard it out, they draw little stick figures, and then from there they create the script from their storyboard. So you could add even smaller steps if you wanted to. But we did the script, and like you said, they went there, and they were able to get the script and work on that.
Right.
And because of time and a few technical restraints, not everyone was able to do a documentary, but the students who didn't do the documentary, they were able to do a PowerPoint, correct?
Right. Right. All students finished a PowerPoint, and we tried to finish all the documentaries, but we just ran out of time.
And overall, by 4th grade, how comfortable were they with PowerPoints?
They were very comfortable with PowerPoints. They knew how to design slides and transition. So they were very comfortable with the PowerPoint. Good.
And this is one of the things we've really been working with computer skills is some of those basic computer elements, Word documents, PowerPoints, emails, MyBigCampus. By having all of those things available and students familiar with it, when you go to the classroom, you don't have to take a lot of instructional time to explain how to make a PowerPoint. So that worked out well. And how do you feel like the project ended up overall?
The documentary project, they were thrilled with their presentation. In fact, we used it on Leadership Day, and all of our visitors could not get over the product.
The tropical rainforest is very humid and wet. The biome is located in South America. It has 26 inches of rainfall.
And the kids were thrilled. They enjoyed watching it over and over and over again.
The desert is 30 degrees Celsius and receives 250 millimeters of precipitation. The biome is located in West North America, West South America, and Africa.
So I'm looking forward to using that next year. And we did also, Ms. Jeffords, when she did the PowerPoint, she uploaded the PowerPoint template to MyBigCampus. So I kind of laid the groundwork by doing it first. Then when she went in, it was no big deal. They knew exactly what to do to get the PowerPoint template.
Very good. And that's actually a good point to make, especially with MyBigCampus. You could give multiple options within the same assignment. So let's say some of your students wanted to make, say, a flyer instead of a PowerPoint.
Right.
So you could have Word documents uploaded. You could have PowerPoints, the documentaries, all of that. When the students are done, they can email it to you or they can submit it through MyBigCampus. Either way, you get to collect it all in one spot and kind of keep it organized, and you kind of keep track of who's doing what. So can't see what they're doing. That's the Insight program. But in the computer lab, on that Insight program, I think we had to use it once or twice. The kids weren't listening when we froze their screens.
Right.
You know, that software is also available in the labs, and at the elementary school, it's available in the classroom for those students' computers. So a lot of useful things to make these projects work. Now, with your experience, is it something you think you're going to try again, or?
I would love to try it again. I'm not sure if I have the background to complete the documentary once we get it to that point without your help. But the experience overall was great. I just worry about the end results and how much time we'll have to get them all done. It was a little time consuming, just trying to find the right time to get all of the videos and all of their voices to put it all together. But as far as the research and the script and MyBigCampus, as far as that's concerned, I would use it again.
Would you
Definitely.
encourage other teachers to try it out?
I would encourage other teachers to try it out. When we went to the lab, it was so much easier for us to talk about it from beginning to end, to use the teacher computer up front. They could go through it rather than me being in the classroom and say, when you get to this is what you're going to do. I could actually walk it through them. And I did love the insight because I was trying to tell them something important, and I could tell I didn't have their attention. So I blanked the screen, and they were like, oh, and they all look at me, and I said, now I have your attention, right? So I was able to stop their focus on the computer and listen to what the important announcement was. But I would definitely encourage other teachers. The biggest thing is just getting in there and trying to figure out how to use it, and it's not that big a deal.
Absolutely.
Not like you think it would be.
It has become more and more user-friendly, and I think MyBigCampus are going to be doing some more updates, so it may even become simpler for the average teacher. So if you're not a tech-savvy teacher, still try it out, because it breaks it up into little steps, like you say, depending on the assignment, just 2 or 3 steps for the basic assignments, and then if you want to add standards, you can do that, both Common Core and state-level standards. So you can make it more in-depth, but you can start off very simple, and it only takes a few steps. So very good, and I enjoyed working with your class, and we had a trip, especially a few of the students came to my office to record and use the better microphone and everything. So, and I'll even put a little bit of the video on here. Also, some of the things that we've mentioned, there are going to be links in my YouTube channel and maybe down in the description of MyBigCampus tutorials, along with Insight. That's something a lot of our teachers, I think, they either don't know it exists or they know it exists but they're afraid to use it. So there are some videos explaining how to use that. So check that out. If you like this video, please like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and thanks for watching. I'll just pull it up real quick. So right up here, I'll type my question, type my answer choices. By default, it has 4, but I